Hey, welcome back to the High Kicks podcast. Um, Carl, what are you doing and why are you finger gunning?
Finger guns or jazz hands. It's one or the other. So
All right, cool. Um, we got a lot to talk about. I think it's gonna be exciting. I'm mad, Carl.
I think it's pretty simple to start off with the obvious Liverpool suck and we'll move on from there. But
Well, hold
Liverpool
on.
suck.
Before we get into the game, I just need to. I'm not wearing my Liverpool jerseys because I'm upset. I'm wearing my
Yeah.
Keylor Navas Real Madrid jersey because,
I've been trying to get this jersey for 9 months.
yeah, you
I'm
have
I'm holding up the United
nine
for
months. I thought it dropped like earlier this season.
no, it dropped at the beginning of the season. Like
So it's
pretty
like
much
4 or
exactly at
5
the
months.
beginning. Whatever, like it's
You
literally
know,
been since like August.
yeah,
Like,
it's been a
yeah,
while. It's been a while.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm because if you guys have listened to any other episodes, like goalkeeper, my trainer based a lot of what I did off Keylor Navas, so I'm wearing my jersey for him because I don't want to wear the Liverpool jersey right now. So
It's
I think on
Liverpool
that
suck.
we're gonna no, we're just gonna slide into the game.
Well, you
Um,
don't have any defenders.
and we just lost Hendo
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
back.
Like you
Like
lost leadership and
like
you
Ozan
lost
Kaba.
a
No, but
defender.
Ozan Kabak's gonna go down next though because like it's just
Yeah,
cursed.
I know you're just cursing your field.
The position's just cursed. Like I don't know. Um,
It's just what's
but
happening at this point.
before we really like dive deeper into it, I want to play the clip of the goal because uh,
Goodison Park, a fiery 2-2 draw that felt like a derby, despite the fact the stadium was empty. That's a lovely ball through to Richarlison, who opens the scoring. Magnificent
Yeah,
from Everton.
you know
get
what,
beat.
Carl?
That's something that Man U would have done last season, ridiculously often. Maguire literally would have been sitting there with a foot in his ass and been like, "Oh wait, I'm gonna get
And
beat
like
like every other possession."
I understand Ozan Kabak is 20. He's younger than you and me. Um,
Yeah,
but like and I understand Richarlison's like of a high level,
he's
but
class. Like, and it was
he
a great run
it was a
and a
great run,
great
but he
pass
didn't.
by James.
The pass was brilliant. You can't stop the pass. You can't do
Yeah,
anything about that.
exactly.
I'm more about like it's not like remember the Jota goal earlier in the year when we talked about how he made that cut back before he broke.
Yeah,
I didn't really see much of a cutback from Richarlison. I just kind of saw him drift and go. It looked like a run that was a little bit easier to watch, which is kind of
Holland's
why.
able to do that too.
Yeah, but Holland's scary.
Holland's
Richarlison's
scary,
not
but so is
scary.
Richarlison.
He's
Richarlison's pretty scary.
not like Holland.
Bro, if you
Richarlison's
throw
not 6'4".
Richarlison on like if no, but if you throw Richarlison on like Man City, like that's like the striker that they would need.
Maybe.
What
Maybe.
do you mean, 5-star weak foot?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think they could have a rock at striker right now, and they would still win games. They literally started KDB at striker, which is not a rock. I need to
Hold on.
clarify.
We're gonna get into City later.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into City later. Let's focus on the game at hand.
Yeah. But it was just James and Richarlison at the beginning. It was a
The pen
crappy
was
penalty
beautiful,
later on.
but
Like it happened.
the actual pen
Yeah.
was very well taken.
Yeah,
I just
exactly. Sigurdsson had a
like
great penalty to the corner.
we had so many streaks coming in to this season.
Yeah, now
The
you're on a 4-game losing streak, nerd.
at home.
Yeah, because you suck. You suck. You're awful. Sit in
Just
sixth place and cry.
we're in the Champions League though.
Yeah, no, that's your only thing. But
Are you gonna
you won't.
watch your Europa
Do,
League game tomorrow?
Oh, are you gonna make it to the Champions League next season? Oh.
I mean, the way this Prem season's going, you never know. It's such. I mean, Southampton was leading the table a couple weeks ago, and now they're like in a relegation fight potentially. You know what I mean? Like 2 through like 7 are very, very close.
Yeah. I'm presuming that Leicester's gonna take one of those spots,
That's
and
facts.
If Chelsea's able to keep up their form, maybe. But
Yeah,
I could also see Villa.
I could see West Ham.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, teams have to keep it together. Teams have to not fall apart. Um,
Yeah. We'll
but
see how run of form comes.
if West Ham continue to do things like this, they're
What do
chilling.
you mean? You can't even say that this was like an amazing game by West Ham. It was very
No, no,
scrappy. It was very
it wasn't.
chippy, and
It wasn't an amazing game by West Ham, but the fact that it wasn't an amazing game by West Ham and they beat Spurs, if they continue to do things like that,
that's true.
they will
But
stay higher in the table. Like
but
beating good teams on an off day.
yeah. Play the
Also, though,
clip,
like
and I'll show
it
you
it
exactly why they won though.
yeah.
That Antonio goal is the main reason why they won this game by
All right.
far.
So check again. Here's Bowen.
Takes it back out.
It's really awkward, and it's
Yeah.
a fine save by Lloris.
There's
But
no
Mikel
saving that
Antonio
follow
won't
up.
be denied.
There's absolutely no saving that follow up at all.
So you're literally sitting in a rock and a hard place when you aren't able to catch that, which Lloris didn't. He tried to take a bounce, and Antonio literally was
I mean,
like,
it's not that he didn't try to catch it.
"Yeah,
He
obviously you're
he
gonna try to catch that, but
he couldn't
you
catch it.
can't."
It was uncatchable. The
Yeah,
only thing like the only thing you can really do is hope, and he hoped.
he handled it really well,
I
like
know. Like the
for
first save was
what it
fantastic.
was.
Yeah. Also, like Lingard, it's just
He's the
nice.
savior.
It's interesting to see him playing so well after years of like
He's the savior.
jokes, I guess.
Lingardinho, Lingardo, Lingessi.
But I want to focus more on Spurs because did you say Lingessi?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm making some up now.
Okay. Nah, but I want to more focus on Spurs because like the beginning of the season we were raving about Højbjerg and we were raving about some of their other players like Regulon, and I mean we can still rave about Kane and Son because they're still chilling. But
Yeah.
it just seems like they've kind of been figured out a little bit tactically.
But it's just the Mourinho way. The Mourinho way always gets found out, and then he always gets his job on the line. Similar to the way that it sort of went downhill for him at Chelsea, because he had like amazing players to start off with, and then it just went downhill when he didn't have such amazing talent. So I personally don't like Mourinho that much. I think he's brought a lot to the modern game, but I still don't think he brings his tactics. He doesn't like try to accommodate the team.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Like every
Uh,
time.
You really see that with Spurs right now because we were talking about their midfield going off at the beginning of the season, and now we haven't even mentioned them in like weeks. And maybe we are just blind, and maybe like they're having decent games that we just aren't noticing. But it really seems to be the Harry Kane and Son show. And when Kane isn't there, Son can't perform. And when Son isn't there, Kane scores like a goal, but the defense, like, why did I say defense? Defense can't play.
Speak words better, Carl. So the craziest thing about this game really though was like Spurs dominated it in
It was a
every
FIFA game.
every capacity. 70% possession, 20
Yeah,
shots. Only 4 of them were on target though.
yeah, that's one of the
Over
main things.
over 300 more touches, over 300 more passes.
The possession in the other half was nuts. Like everything was just going against West Ham, and West Ham was still like, "Hey, we got this goal by Antonio," and then
Like
you
by
could
all
tell from
accounts,
that moment on they were pulling a draw at minimum.
well, when you score in the the 5th minute.
In the way that they did, it sort of sends like that shot through the defense.
Exactly.
So you could tell they were gonna at least draw because they also kept like some sort of momentum with that.
Yeah,
And the Lingard chance was just great finish. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, he scored 3 goals since he slid over there.
yeah,
Impressive. I like it. Yeah, yeah. I want to move on to Leicester because we mentioned them
oh
earlier on
they're
in the.
goaded. Oh they're
They're
goaded.
they're just flying. They're just flying. Like I got a couple things I want to show from that game and talk about.
They are the scariest team in the Prem besides City.
Yeah, right now. So, but I want to start off with the Madison goal.
One of the growing band of
Beauty.
Belgians at Leicester. It's fallen to
Beautiful
Harvey
touch
Barnes.
inside.
Madison will hit that and score. It's a really good finish by James
Great,
Madison.
Bro.
Great finish.
That
Like
pass off was perfect. That touch to his dominant foot, perfect. And just bottom corner. Can't do anything about it.
so, and then real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Emi Martinez because we have
Bro,
been all season. But like
he's still the best keeper in the Prem in my opinion, but
his confidence to 2.5 minutes after Madison scores that goal, he
I
does
won't say
this.
anything. I just want you to show it.
Deep in concentration and thought there.
Here's Ricardo. He's gone for Carl. Oh, good save. Held it
Holds
as well. By
Holds
Emi
it. He
Holds it.
literally dives full across body all the way across goal and just grabs it. Like that's a punch at best from most keepers. That's a
That's like
deflection out of
that's like
bounds.
that's like a diving cross-handed tip it back.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he
Like
and he caught it
one
casually.
one of the most impressive saves earlier in the season was that De Gea save in like the 86th minute or something. And that save was literally that but by catching it and more acrobatic.
I don't get it. Like he said in the beginning of the season that he thought for him moving from Arsenal to Villa was a step up in his career. He got ridiculed for it. However, he came out and was like, "Nah, what I mean is it's a chance to be a starting goalkeeper. It's a chance to get more playing time."
He
I
proved
don't
every doubter wrong.
I don't think anyone thought this was going to happen. I think a lot of their success has come down to the confidence the team has gotten with him in the back. Villa hasn't had a
Bro,
keeper like him in I don't even know.
they still have a game in hand. 2 games in hand. So where do they place if they win these 2 games? Ahead of Liverpool in 6th.
Shut up, Carl.
And, like,
Everton also has a game in hand.
yeah, exactly. These are very possible things. Just
Liverpool could
Liverpool
theoretically drop
being
to
a top
8th.
8 team this season
Oh
because
my
of
god, I
injury.
don't like that.
Because of injury strictly. I'm not gonna be blasphemous in what I'm saying because you can't take away from that team like overall. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, so injuries
hate
are one
them,
thing. What?
hate them, but can't take away from them.
I mean, injuries are one thing, but I thought we would fall to like third or fourth. It's more than just injuries at this point, being this low.
Nah.
There's been
Losing Van Dyke,
hold up,
losing
but
Gomez,
there's been
losing
but hold up,
Fabinho,
hold
losing
up,
Jordan
hold up,
Henderson. Like,
hold up,
nah,
hold up, hold up, hold up. Other players in other positions, and also the Hendo, it just happened, so we don't know how that's going to impact. But like Allison has made some mistakes that he never would
he's
have
also
made.
been hurt too.
I know, but the front three is not finishing as well. And like you can't really say it's the Jota thing. I mean, Jota not being there is bad, but like
The lack of Van Dyke.
I know it's not all of it.
Bro, if you don't have if you have Virgil van Dijk and then all of a sudden you don't have Virgil van Dijk, no shit, I'm gonna be playing worse. Obviously,
Well, I'm
I'm
not no, but
going to be
Carl.
less confident.
I'm not talking about like yes, all the injuries are
I've
part
been
of
watching
why.
like finishing
All the
issues with like Mana and stuff, and I completely agree with you where the
that's
attack just needs to
but
be
that's what I
finishing
mean.
a
That's
lot
what I
of the
mean. It's
stuff.
more
But
than
what I'm
just the
saying
defense.
is that is from the confidence that the defense holds with that squad previously, and the reason why they were able to win the title the way that they were was because of the defense, was because of Allison playing out of his mind with a Virgil van Dijk. And when you lose both of those, shit, I could have played on Liverpool with them and we could have still won
So
the title.
so I somewhat agree with you, but it also just seems like some of their tactics aren't working as well either. Like
Yeah, that is fair. They're getting found out
so
slightly, but I
so
think that's
that but that
primarily because they're resorting to tactics that don't work without Van Dijk.
I mean kind of, but like Trent's not playing the balls in as well as he was.
Yeah.
Andy's still Andy. So
But they
yeah.
have to do more defense. They have to do a lot more
That's
defensive
true. That's
rolling
true.
rather than their traditional, oh, I can overlap every single possession, which they still do a lot of the
All right,
time, which I'm
so
impressed.
so
But
I'm just gonna move us on from talking about Liverpool because I don't want to do that anymore.
you just depressed? Ha ha
I
ha
mean,
ha
yeah, but
ha.
you also brought up a lack of defense. So like, bada boom. Because
Bro,
like,
well, we don't really have to say much about this game. This is
yeah,
Arsenal City we're talking about, and it was over within the first like 5 minutes or whatever of this game. Right when you
for the
don't
hold on
stop Sterling, when
for the
you're
people,
literally,
what
I'm
when
just
you're like
gonna
six
keep
four
on
Rob
making
Holding.
noises. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so for the people on without video, you're just gonna hear this and then we'll explain. But just
I'm just gonna keep on grunting here.
Any one of them could wander in there, so keep your eye out for that.
Lovely silky control by Mahrez, and there's
Bro, what are you doing? What? Like, when he's jumping, he's the same height as you. Just stand in front of him. Just walk
like
in front of the ball.
my guy looks around and he's like,
Bro,
"Who's supposed
just
to jump
walk
with
in
him?
front of it.
You!"
Just walk in front of it.
Like how? How? I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Just walk in front of the ball. I'd feel like there's not much more explanation for this game. Just walk in front of the ball. Holding. Holding. Listen to me. You played an
I mean,
amazing game besides this.
so
Walk in
so
front of the ball.
here's what we can talk about.
We can talk about how they didn't lose 6-0,
Yeah, which is kind of
even though
impressive.
they got scored on in the first like 10 minutes. So like
Yeah.
that's a massive thing for Arsenal, but they didn't show the offensive prowess that I think they needed to. Like they needed to try to score at least one goal. If they
No
scored
one has been
one
able to
goal,
hold up. No one has been able to score on
yeah,
City. The fact that City didn't score 3 on them is impressive enough, you can't really be like, yo, I wanted them to score. No one has been able to score on City.
I wanted them to score because they got Odegaard and because they have Saka and because they do have the potential in attack, despite coming from a Man U fan who hates Arsenal. They do have the potential. Like they have a lot of potential in that squad.
They
So
do.
if they would have scored, it would have just explained a lot more of their direction for the future and shown that everything is fitting. Like everything is the right mold, and that would be scary.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so now it's just we'll see where it goes. Because we don't know if the Odegaard move's gonna work, because we don't know how he's gonna play in the Prem, very similar to the Havertz move. And a lot of people are just expecting transitions that don't always work. So we'll see. Like he's shown it on like a couple levels that he's top class, but
Yeah.
Havertz did too.
That's kind of true. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But now moving on from this atrocity of a team, and this monstrosity of a title, because City pretty much has it under wraps. Let's move on to Man U because Bruno and screw you. I hate
mean,
you.
Bruno
I No, I'm
or
talking about you. I'm talking about you. For you guys who can't see, he left the West Brom picture instead of a Newcastle because we tied against West Brom, and I hate you. So yeah, but at least we won this week. At least we didn't lose to Everton. At least we aren't on a 4-game losing streak.
let me
Nerd.
have
And
fun.
Bruno.
At least I'm in the Champions League.
Bro, you aren't staying in the Champions League very long with no center backs.
Shh. We're
I'm
gonna
just
go through.
imagining this salt.
We're probably gonna go through.
Yeah.
But hold up, before we go back and forth about this, because we'll talk about Champions League later.
Yeah, sure.
This was beautiful by Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Just
Rashford
It's just a
takes it away
Rashford
from
goal.
Kraft and takes the fullback out of the game, at least in the immediate term. Rashford, oh! He saw light.
Beautiful.
he looks like he's
He looks like
like-
he's about to pass it on, and then he's just like, oh, it's in your net.
No, that's not what I mean. His whole style of play looks like he's maturing.
Yeah.
He looks like he's breaking away from that young prospect mold into, like, I hate to say it, but like superstar mode.
Yeah, and he's able to do it with like simple moves rather than like he does have the 5-star skill moves, but he doesn't always need them all the time. He can literally just break it down with like a quick step over. Like in that, he played like
His
a
feet
really
are so
nice
damn
dummy.
fast.
Exactly.
He's
He
so damn fast.
plays a beautiful dummy, has the ball swing around, and then he literally cuts it to the inside where the goalie thinks he's gonna pass it off, and you get a beautiful wide open net. Like it was a beautiful finish on that. Like the goalie did not expect people to shoot from that angle.
And he shot it as the goalie was repositioning himself more to take off the outside
Exactly.
angle. So the goalie stepped to the back post, and once he gets the shot off and the goalie's going that way, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, Penanus showed up, so we already know what happens with that. We don't have to. It wasn't a obscure thing. Like he didn't miss or anything. Like
Yeah.
so then
yeah.
and then we see Daniel James, and that was a great finish. Honestly, I was
That was a
very
good
impressed
finish.
by that. But overall, we just have to keep on trudging forward and not getting caught up in wins against like Newcastle and stuff. We need to actually just keep this pace up and
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
be able to smack another team which actually played a great game in the Champions League. Was that 2 days ago or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
We're talking Chelsea Atletico.
Yeah.
So this game, it was very, very tight, and it was kind of decided by one moment that was just,
It was beauty. It was beauty.
I mean,
Bro, there's no better than
Chance
this.
indeed in the box. Ball
There's
right on
not
Giroud's
really
head.
like
In by Alonso. And
that's
Giroud!
currently goal of the
What a
year.
finish!
Just
And-
because of the build-up play and everything, I think that that goal by Giroud in that Chelsea game against Atletico is the goal of the year.
so far.
Yes.
So
Preface.
I saw something that said Olivier Giroud is going to have a highlight package of goals that he's going to be able to show his children and grandchildren, more so grandchildren. There's a chance they might think he's the best player ever.
Yeah.
Just like in terms of the crazy things he's done.
Nah, Ibra's still gonna have like that tape where he's gonna like show up at Giroud's house and just be like, "Hey, in case you forgot about my goal against England, here."
Yeah, that's fair.
Hence
That
that beauty of a
but
jersey.
there is, yeah, that's reasonable. There is one moment though that I can't overlook from this game. It wasn't a goal, but if it was better than Giroud's personal opinion.
Lamar's cross, Azpilicueta, João Felix, capable of...
Yeah. That attempt by João Felix was absolutely nutty.
Like, it's impressive enough that that ball was somewhat close.
It was impressive that it was able to touch his foot the way it did. Like he just had that connection. That could have been like Bale and Ronaldo as when they had
he
those
looked upset.
bicycle kicks.
He looked upset that he missed that shot.
Well, yeah, Suarez is on that team now. Suarez is playing nuts for Atletico. Honestly, I see them taking the second leg like 3-0. Or like 3-1.
In England?
Yeah, I could see it. Bro,
I don't know.
you think Chelsea is good in England? Look at Bayern's destruction of all London.
Okay, but that's just Bayern and everybody. That's not London.
I think, well, it's been the past couple years, so London.
Yeah, but Bayern smacks like everybody a lot.
Yeah, they're pretty goated, which leads us into our next game.
Because Bayern smacked
The
Lazio
smacking of Lazio.
on
And,
the road in Italy.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
I don't.
to your point
not
of
much-
they smack people in England. No, they just smack people. They're Bayern.
Yeah.
There's not much to say on this game. The wingers played well.
Yeah, as long as the wingers play well, and
They have a
he
plethora
played
of
Sule
wingers.
at right back.
Like what?
Yeah, you played Sule at right back.
Yeah,
You
I
had
don't know.
Boateng at center back. I'm pretty sure Alaba played. And then you have Hernandez, who can also play with Alphonso Davies, who's the GOAT of all left backs right now. So, great team right now, and solid performance. I was really impressed by Koeman and really impressed by Musala, who I don't know if he's like outperforming Muller at practice or something, but with that performance he could be, because Jesus, like.
Did you see the news about him too?
No.
He made his international decision apparently.
Where is he playing?
What do you think?
He's doing it?
He has Germany chosen.
Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, do you blame him? Because like
No.
do you want to go compete with Grealish and Mount and
Bro, there's a lot of talent on the
all of
German
them?
national team too, though.
Yeah, but England
But
has
yeah, I
so
completely
much.
understand your
Like
point.
you have Grealish, Mount, Sancho, Foden.
Yeah, like
I mean-
even just competing with like Brandt and like a couple others, like that's still a
And,
lot of
like-
competition, and that's
And like he's young enough that Bellingham is in his competition group and all that. Like
Bellingham is nuts. So yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
All right,
Like Germany's a good move. I think we should look ahead.
Yep, I was about to say the same thing. We're going to look ahead on to Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we'll predict Tuesday too. This is
Yeah.
from the 27th to the 2nd. So let's start off with Man City, West Ham, and as we were saying before, no one can score on City. So if you don't assume City's going to win, you're pretty negligent in what you just said. So I'm going to presume City won. Or yeah, I'm gonna say one, like past tense, 2-0, even though it's in the future.
I don't know. I could see West Ham putting a goal by them, but I'm also going to go 2-0.
Yeah. Was 2-0. Like get it right, because it's already over. West
Yo,
Brom,
wait, hold
Brighton.
on. Before we predict the next game, I saw on Instagram last week some dude on a footy base post about the Dortmund Schalke game
Oh my god.
was like, yo, it's gonna be 4-0. Pin this and come back to see it later. And it was 4-0, and I was just like, time travel. Let's keep rolling. West Brom Brighton.
1-1.
Yeah.
Just because
Nah.
West Brom has an amazing keeper.
Hold up.
Oh, I
I'm gonna
hate saying that.
I'm gonna go with West Brom is gonna win.
Okay, sure.
And here's why. It is really, really, really difficult to come back from this.
Smash and grab in the first half. This would be pure burglary if they get a second one now. And with Benteke in there, you never know. Oh, goodness me! Oh, goodness me!
Yeah, I forgot
Like-
about that.
Like they outpossessed Crystal Palace in every possible way. They outplayed them in every conceivable way. And
But
then
you still lose.
Then that.
And that's the prem this season. So let's continue just because, like, there's no predicting anything at this point. Like, all of these predictions are stupid, but, like, I'm still going to do them because they're fun. Leeds, Villa, I'm going to take Villa 2-0.
I'm gonna take Leeds 2-1.
Interesting. Newcastle, Wolves, I want to take Wolves 1-0.
I'm gonna take Wolves 2-0.
Interesting.
I like Wolves right now.
Palace, Fulham. Who are you taking?
Palace. No, actually, I'm gonna take Fulham. Fulham has
I'm gonna
been like
take Palace.
surprising me lately.
Fulham is one of those teams.
I think it's gonna be 1-0 either way, but I'm gonna go with Fulham.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace. Leicester, Arsenal, gotta take Leicester. Or actually, I'm gonna take a draw, 2-2.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Leicester.
Interesting.
They're fast.
Spurs. Yeah, I know. And Madison's playing out of his skin. Same with Tielemans.
And Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, Spurs, Burnley. Spurs taking this dub 2-0 against Burnley. Or actually, I'm gonna give it more. I'm gonna give it 4-1 because they're gonna try to make a statement after their very mediocre performance. AKA just a loss to not a top.
I might go 1-1 draw
14.
on this one.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Hold up. Nah. I'm gonna go 2-1, but like a close 2-1.
Yeah, fair.
Spurs. I don't think they're gonna blow them out.
I think they could, just because I think they sort of have to based on the way that they've been performing. But with the next game, it's also one of those statements where you don't know, based on the way they've been performing, how's Chelsea gonna be and how's Man U about to play. I'm gonna take Man U obviously 3-1 because I'm a fan. But I could see this being a draw or going in the opposite direction.
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
If Chelsea play like a really good game, I could see Man U sort of
That's why I'm going 2-1
submitting
Chelsea.
to them. So, Sheffield Liverpool, screw you. I'm taking a draw.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm taking a 1-1 draw, late draw from.
If you're saying late draw, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Liverpool scraping the goal at the end.
Yeah, debatable, but whatever.
No, I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool.
I'm gonna take late draw 1-1.
Everton 3-1 over Southampton.
Yeah, I don't even need to speak. Their play with Digne sick. How they moved him up to wing. By the way, we didn't really mention that. But
yeah, I heard he doesn't really like it.
Yeah,
I think he prefers to be a defender.
He's still playing amazing, and the only issue is that if he doesn't like it, teams can be like, "Hey, I want you at left back," because guess what? He's a top 10 left back in the world. So, all right, moving on from that.
And then we got City and Wolves. City and Wolves.
So
3-0.
past tense.
2-1, 2-0. Something. City's just gonna win.
Past tense 3-1. Let's move on. But that's actually nothing else to move. I have nothing else to say.
Are you
Bruno, my brain broke. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay. That's gonna wrap up for this week because Carl broke. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back next week.
Thanks. Adios.